welcome back to my channel. I'm going to show you how I created this bronzy makeup look. And I'm going to start off by priming my face. I'm going to take the Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm in Sensitive, and I'm going to apply that using my fingertips. You want to make sure your hands are clean when you do this. And I'm going to rub it into my skin until it starts to feel very tacky. As soon as it starts to feel tacky, you want to go in with your foundation. This will just help your foundation last longer throughout the day, and it will adhere to your skin better. The foundation I'm using is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation, and I'm going to just dot that around my face and take a damp beauty blender and press that into my skin. This foundation gives you a light to medium coverage, but it is buildable if you prefer full coverage. Then I'm going to go in with concealer. I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Porcelain, and I'm going to conceal underneath my eyes, and I'm also going to be taking that down the center of my face to highlight. So in the center of my forehead, the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, and my chin. Then I'm going to go in and blend that out with my damp beauty blender. And with whatever's left on the sponge after I blend out my concealer, I'm going to just run a little bit of that concealer over my eyelid just to kind of color correct any darkness. On top of that, I'm going to go in with a eyeshadow primer. This is from MAC. It's the Painterly Paint Pot, and I'm going to apply that with my finger. This does a great job at concealing too, but I use it more so to help the eyeshadows appear more vibrant when you apply them. Then I'm going to go in and set my whole face with the BenNye Natural Set Colorless Powder. I'm going to use my beauty blender, and I'm going to lightly press the powder underneath my eyes. Before I do that, I make sure that there were no creases underneath my eye. You want to make sure you have no creases before you set it, because then you're just going to be setting your creases. Then I'm going to take my brush and just set the rest of my face with that powder as well. Then to bronze, I'm going to be using the Naked Urban Decay Flushed Palette in the shade Native, and I'll be using the bronzer in that palette to bronze up the outer perimeters of my face and my cheekbones and along my jawline as well. Then for blush today, I'm going to be taking this limited edition MAC blush in Crisp Whites. It's a satin blush. It's very similar to Modern Mandarin from MAC as well. Then I'm going to be using this e.l.f. highlighter in the shade Blush Gems. This highlighter is amazing. When you first get it, you do have to kind of scratch off the top layer because it has a film that doesn't allow you to get to the product. It's really weird, but once you scratch that off, this highlighter is gorgeous. It's a great dupe from MAC Soft and Gentle. And I'm just going to be applying that on my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, my Cupid's bow, a little bit on my chin. I'm going to be applying my eyebrows off camera. I do have a tutorial on how I apply my eyebrows and what products I use to do so. If you're interested in that video, I will have it linked in the description bar down below. For eyeshadow today, I'm going to be taking the Morphe 350 eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to be taking this first shade right here as my transition color. So I'm going to lay that down with a fluffy blending brush into my crease and on my inner and outer corners. And I'm also going to be taking some of that same shade on my lower lash line with a pencil brush. And I'm going to drag that pencil brush into my crease just to define this color and really make it intense. The next shade I'm using is this bright orange shade, and I'm going to use that in the same areas I placed the first eyeshadow. So starting on my outer corner and blending it in towards my crease. And you really want to just take your time blending these kind of bright colors just so that it is smooth and not patchy. And so I'm just building up the intensity of that color, and I'm blending it out. And I'm also going to be taking some of that on my lower lash line with the pencil brush as well, and dragging a little bit more of that shade into my crease just to define it a little bit more. And I placed this second shade a little bit underneath the first shade that we placed. Now I'm going in with a clean blending brush, and I am blending out the edges of both of those colors so that they have a seamless transition into one another. For my next shade, I'm going to be taking this shade right here, and I'm going to work that into my crease as well and on my inner and outer corners, trying to keep that directly underneath the first two shades that we placed. For my next shade, I'm going to take this cool tone brown just to create a little bit of a smoky effect. And I'm going to be using a flat shader brush so that this stays directly on my lid and directly into my crease underneath those other colors. I'm carefully blending that out. And for my lid color today, I'm going to be taking a NYX Ultra Pearl pigment. There's no shade on this bottle, but it is the only gold pigment that they have in these pigments. And I'm going to take that on my finger and just apply it onto my lid. Just directly on the lid up until it reaches the crease. Then I'm going to take that same flat shader brush we applied that cool tone brown color, and I'm going to blend out the edges of that gold. I'm going to take a little bit of that pigment and place it in the center of my lower lash line just for an extra pop. Since I have hooded eyes, when I open my eyes, you can barely see the color that's on my lid. So I like to do this. It just helps to make the eyes appear bigger. Then I'm going to take some of this cosmetic grade glitter that I found on eBay with some glitter glue, and I'm going to apply it to the center of my eyelid in the same area I used the pigment. Then I'm going to throw on some lashes. And I will link these lashes down below if I can find the link. I got them on eBay as well. And I'm applying that with some eyelash glue close to my lash line as possible. And then I'm going to take some mascara. Once the eyelashes are completely dried to your lash band, you want to put some mascara on your real lashes and press it into your false lashes so that they blend with each other. Then I'm going to go in with some lip liner. This is the MAC lip liner in the shade Oak. And I'm lining my lips with this, and I'm also filling my lips with this. And on top of that, I'm going to take the Retro Matte Liquid Lipstick by MAC in the shade Lady Be Good. And that is it for this tutorial, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you are not already, please subscribe to my channel if you are interested in future videos. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day.